Hello again, scholars. We're going to be taking a look at solving systems algebraically in this section. I just wanted to give us a couple of examples and kind of help us see the difference between using the two methods you're going to see in this section, which is substitution and elimination. Now, the reason we're going to use substitution in some problems, or at least it makes it easier to, is if you'll notice. This one, I've already got solved for y. So it's very easy to take that y and plug it into where this y is. So whatever y equals, over here, I'm going to write it in the second one where the y is. Just replace it with it. So I'm going to come over here and say 3x plus 2, not y, but x squared, equals 0. So now that I've got a single equation with a single variable, I can solve for that variable. So this is a quadratic, so I'm going to have to do factoring. X and x. So there's an x in both terms, so I'm going to factor that out, leaving behind 3 and 2x. As often is the case with quadratics, you're going to actually end up with two solutions. So x equals 0, already solved, or 3x plus 2x equals 0, 2x equals negative 3, x equals negative 3 halves. So those are my two x values, but I also need y values. So I'm just going to take these x's and plug it back into the original equation. Now I could plug it into either of them, but the easiest one to plug in is the one that's already solved for y. So I'm going to say y equals 0 squared, which is obviously 0, and y equals negative 3 halves squared, which is 9/4. So my two solutions in this case are 0, 0, and negative 3 halves, 9/4. Those are my two solutions. Now with elimination, if instead we come down to this problem, you'll notice it's not solved for one of the variables already. So we want to actually start looking at the idea of elimination. If you notice our y's, we got a y here and a y here, but they're opposite sides. So what happens if I actually just go straight down this problem and add them together is those y's are going to cancel out. So 3x plus 2x is 5x. Those cancel out, leaving 10. One equation, one variable, I can solve for it now. So I'm going to divide both sides by 5, and x equals 2. Now I've got an x value, I can just go back in, plug it in, either one, doesn't matter, and find out what my y value is. So let's go ahead and use the second one. So 2 times 2 plus y equals 6. So 2 times 2 is 4. Subtract 4 both sides, and y equals 2. So my point, my solution is 2, 2. So hopefully now you can see the difference of why we would choose sometimes substitution and why we would choose elimination in other cases. But as I said, you can use either process for any system. It's just certain problems makes it easier to use substitution or elimination. So continue through the lesson, scholars, and good luck.